Really?
Gonorrhea. Just for all of you out there, if any of you are watching. Hi, I'm Marc. Welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. We are playing Masks of Nyarlathotep, called Cthulhu 7th edition. We are on a boat at the moment, heading to Shanghai. We're trying something a little different. We're not going to introduce these reprobates until after we've played, just to, keep me tantalised. So I'll give you a quick rundown on what happened last time, which was our intrepid investigators made their way onto the ship, the Empress of Africa, going from Mombasa to Shanghai. The journey would take about 4 weeks. August had been ill, and so wasn't really as active at the beginning of that as the rest of them were. They met a man called Malwedong when they were first having their dinner at the captain's table that first night, who offered to teach them Mandarin. My fault, it should have been Shanghaiese, but they've learned Mandarin now, so they're fucked. They also decided to invest a little bit in their own skills, learn a little bit more with Bob improving his sword skills. Kathy, I think, tried to improve her psychology and her seduction skills. Evelyn, what did you improve?
Sanity.
Sanity as well. But did you not do a skill as well? Or did you just do that through journaling? You got the extra sanity, didn't you?
Did journaling to try and just rescue what little I had.
No, that is absolutely fine. They all started to see things. Kathy saw a barman turn into something. I can't remember what Bob saw.
Bob saw himself being attacked.
That's right. Evelyn met a little girl who's definitely real because everyone else saw her. Who, at the end of the last episode, took her into the bowels of the ship to meet her friend Mr. Tiddles, who Evelyn already knew. So, we'll just get started then. I don't know if that was a good recap, but it was a recap.
For more information, watch the previous episode.
Exactly, you lazy fuckers.
Or join our Discord and ask questions.
Well, you can also do that, yeah. Don't expect me to answer them, but feel free to ask them. Also, if you're here, give us a follow, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever the fuck you want, I don't care. We'll go back with August, and we'll go back a little bit in time. I do believe Bandari gave some medicine for August. Although he wasn't there, he had it sent for him. And maybe Bandari had a bit more of an idea of what was wrong with him than the rest of you. It takes a few days to get onto the ship, so you need to go on the train again. Maybe have a little bit of a panic attack as the memory of the fire vampires comes onto you. When you get to the ship, everything's still cloudy. You've started to take the medicine, you're feeling maybe a little bit better. There's something in the back of your head that kind of niggles at you, kind of won't leave you alone, but you're not sure what it is. When you get to the ship, you get to your room, you lie down, and you hear a voice in an accent that I will not do. It's a voice you remember. By the last time you heard it, it was just before you shot her and killed her.
You talking about Kathy?
You would not dare.
Wera.
Muero.
Wero.
Muero.
Wera. Okay. Wero.
Muero.
Wero. Okay.
You hear a voice, don't see her, you're lying in your bed, you don't have a fever anymore, but your temperature is still higher than it maybe should be. Dinner will be held soon. You've got your luggage, it's on the floor. The rest have went to their rooms. You lie down, something cold on your forehead.
I kind of reflect on her. I remember the first time I seen her was when we were researching the project because the Carlisle group left with her from New York. And then I had that vision of her when I was on the ship coming
Yes.
to Cairo. Cairo or Kenya?
Yeah, when you're on the way to Cairo, yeah. It was
Yeah.
after New York, way back when.
Yeah, she was covered in blood and killed somebody in my vision. But I'm glad that she's gone. I think I think I would be very elated, like that we killed her, because that was something like we rid the world of her, and that was actually, we learned a lot from that. You know, it sounds funny. We learned a lot from killing.
What happened just before you killed her, though? Do you remember?
Oh, she entered my mind.
She did. And you hear her voice again as you lie down sleeping. She's speaking a language you don't understand. Then you hear the name Nyarlathotep and the chanting, and you feel her fingers on your chest and your stomach or on your bed. She starts to pull you down. Roll sanity, please.
Hold on a second. Success. 51 under 55.
You immediately feel relief. The fingers are not on you. There's no voice in your head. The light above you is swaying slightly as the ship is moving.
I'm gonna grab my notebook and write this event down. This concerns me because maybe something else is going on here. With all that we've seen, maybe she's with me, or maybe there's something like a residual about her. So I'm gonna make a note to talk to Kapoor.
Cthulhu.
Because we're gonna meet him, right, in China,
That is the plan, yes.
and see if he has some remedy to this, or some way of addressing this.
You notice as well, now that that's been dispelled, you feel a good bit better. You feel like you take the cloth off your head. It's coming up time for dinner, meeting the rest of them. When you go to dinner, again, said you met Maui Dong, who offered to teach you all. Very friendly. A Chinese man, speaks perfect English. The other people at your table, was an older man with his daughter. The older man, very, one of those very rotund, bright red cheeks and nose. Sorry. The big bushy mustache. He immediately talks to you. He'd already asked Bob, I think, about the war. But he gloms on to that you were a soldier. Jolly good fight, old chap, now. See, I'm trying to do voices. Did you kill many of the Hun? Voice is gone.
You talking to me?
Yes,
Oh, I thought you were
sir.
talking to Bob. For a
Nah.
second. Excuse me.
Ignoring Bob. Bob didn't go to war. Bob's lower in his eyes.
No, I didn't see much action. Only a little at the end, before I was hurt.
Well, wounded in the war. Happened to many a good man.
It took off my ring finger, and I hold my hand up.
Oh,
Bob. August has part of his ring finger missing. That's like a mortal wound from the war. Yep. Just like Bob does.
sorry, just Tim's face. there.
You can do that thing.
Yeah, I know. He talks to you a little bit. He starts to go on about shooting, saying that, myself and some of the other gentlemen decided to have a little skeet shooting while we're on the ship. We've got 4 weeks. Damn boring doing nothing here. Would you like to join us?
Yeah, I'd love to get in on that. My shot's a little rusty. I'd love to try that out.
Do you have a shotgun? If not, I'm sure we can get one for you.
I'm pretty sure we have a shotgun.
Good thing, good. Now, when he turns to his daughter, you see her kind of flinch. Teresa, this young man, tomorrow morning, you get him from his room. Yes, father. And she smiles at you and gets your details. think we went quite quickly through everyone else, so we'll do the same with you. The next morning, so after you all have breakfast, you head out towards the rear of the ship. They've got 4 or 5, mostly older gentlemen, all with their shotguns hanging over their arms. There is a younger man dressed in a navy uniform, standing with the clay pigeons in his hand. They start to throw. So what I'd like you to do is, for this first week, give me a shotgun roll, please.
Just the skill?
Just the skill.
It's firearms. A fail.
You
44,
can
25.
improve that by as 1d10, is it? So you're improving it just the same as you would if you'd had the skill checked before.
I swear the alchemy dice are rigged. They always roll low.
Except that first one. That first one gave you full.
Oh, I rolled it physically. Oh, hey, I rolled a 10. I'll add 4 to my shotgun firearms.
So this continues then for the 3 weeks. You can do just roll the other 3 weeks right away if you want. And we'll get that done.
So, well, then I had to add the new skill to each one of those, right?
Yes.
So we'll just do this and say it's 29.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier.
Fail.
There you go.
Again.
Because what we're saying is you're not doing it once a week, you're doing it intense, so that's why you're getting a chance to learn more there over these 4 weeks.
35. So we fail again. Hey, I'm scaling
Nice.
up a bunch.
Nice.
Please high number. Yes. So now I'm at 43 shotgun.
Excellent. Is that 4 rows or 3 rows?
That's 3.
You can do the 4th one as well.
Oh, look at 43.
Bob, did we do it that way with you, or did I do it a different way?
I got a success. I didn't get the last one.
That's all right.
We did the same with the sword. I
Okay,
just failed. I succeeded, not failed, so I didn't learn anything new.
Okay.
The last
so
one
that's it. So for the weeks that you're doing it, the other guys are kind of laughing. You're missing, the good old August, and punch you in the arm, and you have a cigar later and a drink or whatever. They're all very, very keen on you, very boys clubby. Everyone else seems to be a bit busy, so maybe you have a little bit more to do with them.
Doing a lot better than that guy with the sword, huh?
You see, every so often, you see Bob and the officer that's training with him. Maybe you see them, and Bob just seems to be every time has the upper hand. And you're shooting at these clay pigeons. They're all missing. You're getting clapped in the back, by others says, if you were a little bit of a shot, I might set you up with my own Teresa.
Thank you, sir. I really enjoyed this.
So we'll get back to the last bit, the one that you passed after, and now we'll go back to Evelyn. Evelyn, you wake up in bed. Your hand is on with something in your hand.
It's still scratched.
Your hand is scratched, but in your hand there's a knife. It's a long, curved blade. It's an intricate handle. There's dried blood on the blade and handle, but none on your fingers.
Okay, because I did have a scratch from where Millie, pulled on my hand
Those
before.
tiny little nails are still things. It's not
Okay.
bleeding or anything, but you still see it. You don't remember. You remember Mr. Tiddles talking to you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember what he said. You don't remember leaving him. You don't remember coming back. You don't know where this knife comes from.
And she'll put the knife away somewhere out of the way, probably with her luggage, wrapped up in a cloth or something.
You see, it's very intricate. Signs carved into it. Something's etched onto the blade. You can't quite see. You need to scrub off all the blood that was on it.
Is there anything she'd recognise culturally from it? Is it African or Egyptian or?
You can give me a mythos roll.
Oh, yeah, this always goes well. It's in alphabetical order, apart from Mythos, which is somewhere else.
Yeah, because the myth is a special one.
I'm not finding it, and I'm feeling like an idiot now.
It's in your skills. Just
Yeah,
underneath.
I'm scrolling down it, but
There's nothing. Maybe
I
you have
definitely
0.
have some Mythos because it keeps
Oh.
getting added to. It's disturbing. I found occult, but that's not the same thing. Language. Arts and crafts. Fighting.
It should be where your what do you call it? Your credit thing is.
Oh,
See, Cthulhu mythos.
Cthulhu Mythos.
Ah, there you go.
I just rolled it twice out of sheer excitement.
That's all right. You fail both times. You
That's
don't
fine.
recognise anything on it. Maybe August would, or one of the others.
Maybe I'll show it to him later.
Maybe.
bring it.
But when you think about it, you've got some you know you feel very uneasy about it. The knock comes at the door indicating it's breakfast, and this happens with all of you. So what do you do? She enter, but did she leave? No, one man enters. 3 men left. I have no idea what we're doing. Come on, speak to me, people.
I'm heading for breakfast,
going to
having wrapped
breakfast.
up the sword knife thing.
Put the knife away, head for breakfast. Kathy doesn't make it. If one of you goes to her door,
I'm gonna knock on her door.
fuck off!
All right.
Someone comes out after you hear there's something thump against the wall and the door opens, and a young man with a very dishevelled uniform looks at you, sir, and runs off holding his trousers up.
I'm just gonna let sleeping dogs lie.
Bob would come down for breakfast eventually also.
It's breakfast. The captain hands up, dressing everyone. This is the last day. This is the beginning of our last week of our journey. I must say thank you to all of you passengers. You have been wonderful guests. We intend to have a ball 2 nights before we reach Shanghai, to which you're all heartily invited.
Well, thank you. Is it a formal? It's a formal occasion.
As formal as one can be on a ship like this. There's no dress uniform.
Just to see us off into the city.
Of
Are you,
course.
are you staying in the city for a while?
No, we shall be heading back. We have a couple of days shore leave, which the men desperately need. And then we are heading back to Mombasa, and from Mombasa, we are heading back to London.
Well, I hope your trip goes well.
As I hope yours does.
Can you recommend any locations in town we might check out?
I myself have not been to Shanghai, but I can ask some of some of my officers. If they have time, they will also be attending the dance.
Ah, just good to know what might be nice to check out in the area.
Sorry?
Oh, I was just gonna ask: is anybody getting off with us, and that could maybe show us around the city? Do you know?
You must speak with your fellow passengers. As far as I know, everyone's headed to Shanghai. Some of them may travel to Hong Kong. But I'm certain there are some here. Certainly in second class, there will be many people staying in Shanghai. Although, if you could wait until you leave the ship to speak with them. Have you not arranged for any accommodation or anything once you get there?
I made
I'm
some
sure-
tentative arrangements.
I'm sure our associates have. As we've been traveling, Mark,
Yes.
Bob has been trying to see if he can see if they're drawing the attention of any of the other people on the ship. Specifically, he's trying to see if anybody might recognize him from the Nairobi temples or any of the situation there.
You have not been, not to the best of your knowledge. You haven't been in the second class because it's quite strictly separated. If you were to go down there, find your way down, you might meet him, but in first class at least there's nothing.
Okay. He's just trying to be hyper aware of that right now.
Oh yeah, and your sword is constantly telling you. Look at
Yep.
him.
Look over there. Look over there. Bob's twitching a lot now, and he never lets go of a sword.
He put the milk in first and then his muesli. This is...
Okay, so this is new for August.
Well, you don't hear it. You just maybe hear Bob mumbling. This is just...
Well, that's nothing new. That's nothing new.
He's been doing that a lot lately.
But he's talking to his, holding the sword and talking to it, it appears, because he's like, oh, yes.
Well, at least it's not a teddy bear. Oh, wait, is Theodore Roosevelt around? When was that?
I don't know when was Teddy Roosevelt. I don't know when Roosevelt was.
But no, Bob is. You've seen Bob. He no longer goes around without his sword, even if he's just carrying it. And
how big is this sword? Just curious. Just if it's like.
It's a saber size. Yeah. It's a curved.
It's a curved saber.
I'm trying to.
It would go down to his ankle, I think, almost.
I'm trying to. A twalar, I think, is what it might be called, or something along those lines, for depending on the.
I think so. It'd be like the same size sword that would go with your dress uniform.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's not a claymore or anything. So you have some time. You have you're shooting again that day, and this time every single pigeon that goes up, that's just shot. You've improved so much since you got there, since you started. All of them are clapping you on the back. They're saying how wonderful.
I'm like, maybe I should start talking to my shotgun.
What do you call them? The Albert laughs, claps you in the back. So, are you going to Hong Kong or are you staying in Shanghai?
We're going to be staying in Shanghai. We're supposed to meet up with some people, just some business associates.
I see. Well, when he takes out a card from his pocket, hands to you, has got an address in Hong Kong. It's Martin Paper.
Martin
Paper. This was a paper company. Says I'm overseeing the new manager for a while. That's why I'm bringing Teresa. I'd like to see a little bit of the bird. If I can't marry her off, I might as well take her with me. Better secretary than some. If you make it to Hong Kong, look me up.
All right. No, we'll stop in if we have the opportunity. I really appreciate it, and thank you for helping me with this.
Absolute pleasure, old chap. And again, smacks you in the back. Days pass. You, every so often, you'll hear someone say something and it sounds like when you might turn and she's not there. Unlike the others, you don't really have any visions other than that first one in your room, the one before you got better. Evelyn, you do not see Millie at all. The days pass. Bob, did you do your fourth what you call it, a sword thing, or did you only do the 3?
Only 3. I can quickly do a
do your fourth. Now, if you've not done your journaling, Evelyn, you can do that for the fourth one.
We didn't have a role for that exactly, I don't think. I had a complicated conversation with Kathy and then I got some sanity back. And I've been talking about the journaling, and also that I've actually been writing some.
Then we need to find a better way to reward that. We will say take 1d10 sanity back for all these weeks.
I'm going to start journaling every day.
I haven't put any other skills up.
Yeah,
because
no
I've been
skills.
very worried about this.
Yeah, I get you.
because
Meditation.
that sanity was low.
I learned something on my last week. So what is
There
it?
you go.
1d5.
1d10. You both roll shit.
Where it's like
What's
alchemy.
new?
Oh, alchemy is just out to get us. I can tell.
Aye, just doesn't like us. So,
I think August is going to try to research the
there is a
Eye of
library on board.
the Eye of Light and Darkness. It might not be on the library on a boat in the middle thing, but I was going to say just to research. I'm just going to go through and try to collate the notes about all that, because that's actually, I know that's why we're going to China.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good idea, right? So I'm going through this kind of quickly, but the time passes on the ship, and you'll obviously all speak together at some point. So maybe you'll gather in Kathy's room the night before the this ball, this dance. Maybe you want to talk about it now. Yeah, it stinks in there. The maybe you don't meet in Kathy's room. Maybe Kathy comes to the rest of you somewhere as you talk. Kathy, when you see her, has a very haunted look. She's always kind of looking over your shoulder. If you would know that in the last couple of days no one's been to her room, she's not really come out very much. She's talked to all of you, but she seems very withdrawn. Not her usual self. She's maybe you see her hands even shake a little bit. She asks for a drink, and then as soon as it comes near her, she moves away and can't have it.
Oh, the DTs. She's having withdrawal. Give her a hug every once in a while and go do something else. Let her think and deal with it. Because that's how Bob handles it.
So if you want to take a little bit of time just now and discuss what's going on, feel free to ask me any questions if I can help with.
Have we been able to gather any information on any of the locations in Shanghai that we might have?
There's the Stumbling Tiger Bar. We mentioned it back in that first week, but there was a card from there or something.
We
And
have
also-
a matchbook from there that was found with I can't remember his name. The reason we're doing this.
Jack Brady? Someone Brady.
No,
Yep.
Jackson Elias.
Jackson.
Elias,
Yeah.
Oh,
Jack
Elias,
Brady
right.
as well is important.
There was a card when he was murdered. That's right. That's an old clue.
Yep, that's why it was like, that's one of the original clues we had. So definitely going to check that place out.
That's right.
We were meeting somebody here, and they were going to provide information.
The guy from Egypt.
Yep.
Ali Kafur.
Sure, thank
We have in Elias's notes of a survivor here that he met with or was cited. I can't remember.
Yeah, that was the Brady fellow.
Yeah, he still lives.
And it's possible there might be other survivors somewhere, because we've now basically ascertained that there's not all of them died. Some of them have to be somewhere. They can't all just gone to the four winds.
No, but are they
Obviously,
all being
Hypatia is
used
very much dead.
See, I don't know what.
now?
There's a weird timeline discrepancy with that, because we came a year after Jackson came here, but it was 5 years before that they all came here, right? So it's like 6 years later.
I think 5 years later. Well, yeah, 1919 they would have been there. It's now 1925.
Yeah.
So yeah, 6 years.
Well, it could account for a long pregnancy.
Yes, I mean.
Or,
I mean, did you see her, Bob? She was huge.
yeah, I saw her up close.
But 9 months versus like.
Oh, well, we're not talking
5 years.
even
2
birth
years?
to human, obviously. So
Um.
I'm wondering if they were all used for vessels or torture or something, which I can't recall if she was willing victim. We don't know that, but I wanted to end her suffering.
We don't
Well, I
know
know
where
I said
he
before, we have to probably assume that they're all in as bad a place in terms of sanity as we are. They're probably not in a great place if they've been interacting with gods and all this stuff as well.
Well, we kind of hightailed it out there pretty quick, but we don't know where the other 3 ended up. There's 5 in total, and there's the Mathis. Mathis is the pregnant lady, right?
Hypatia Masters. Hypatia Masters.
Excuse me. I'm horrible at names.
I've got my little list in front of me.
And then there's the three others. One was the head of the research Egyptology in Britain.
Sir Aubrey Penhew?
Yeah. And then the Carlisle.
Yeah, he's around somewhere. This person claims they saw Jack Brady in a bar in Shanghai.
He's like the fifth one. He's the military expert, I believe.
No, he seems to be like the muscle. He was down to be murdered.
Yeah.
He was down to be.
He
committed some terrible crime.
He was a friend of what do you call him?
Roger.
Roger. He was then his bodyguard. I think he was in the war and stuff. He was
a mercenary type, right?
I think he was a mercenary type, but not. I'll need to check. I'll go back and have a look. You guys.
The impression I got is that he was basically a spiv with a gun.
I don't think it was quite that simple.
You're missing someone. Who is the other one?
Robert Huston.
Robert Huston and Aubrey Penhew.
Yeah. What happened to Bunny? Bunny? Bunay?
Bunny. That was Muero.
Oh, okay.
Well, we followed a path all the way to Nairobi, and then we've lost it. Like, in a sense, we do know from the clues that we got in Kenya, or Cairo, excuse me, that we need to go to China, and that we know Kafur is there, and then we have the 4 rubies that were on the wall within that room that we saw, and one of them is in Shanghai, I believe.
Yes, indeed.
So we should try to locate what that space is. If it's the same, I'm just going off gray matter here. If it's the same kind of space that we met, I'm going to butcher another name. The old man that we met, that
Bandari?
kind of, they gave us all the items.
Bandari, yeah.
Oh, Bandari.
Because that was a ruby location, right?
Kenya was a ruby location, yeah.
Yeah. So if it's maybe another location like that within Shanghai, we need to somehow locate that.
So it's Kenya, China, and Australia, where they were.
We're also here. One thing that we're really here to get is the book. There's a book for the spell that allows us to, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, activate or close the gates.
That will show you how to fix the Eye of Light and Darkness, which is what Kafur has at the moment. That's he said to you to meet him here because he's got a lead on it, and it's the thing you're looking for is the 7 cryptical books of Hassan.
Yes, I remember the 7 books. But that's the thing that we really need so that we can start to close it, like activate the light and darkness, the gates, to reseal it, right?
And that'll stop all of this, will it? I'd like it to stop, please.
Yeah, I think it will. I think that's why we're doing this. I think. I can only speculate. It's like blind faith.
Unless we destroy everything that created it, I don't think we're only going to be stopping it for now, but that's for another day.
Well, surely we just hang out in Shanghai until we find a cult and then follow the footsteps like every other time so far.
So let me help you, Becky. Where do you? What locations do you have in Shanghai that you know you need to go to?
The bar
Stumbling
and the
Tiger
museum.
Bar.
And the paper place. Oh, that's Hong Kong.
That's in Hong Kong, yeah.
Yeah.
Should you need to go there, there's nothing saying you have to. At least you don't have any clues pointing to there.
Okay.
I'm tempted to suggest that we try and find some kind of insane asylum in Shanghai and see if there's anyone there that we know of. But I don't think Evelyn should be the person to do that because she's liable to not be allowed out again.
We can leave you there.
Be kept. So you've got for the fixed thing, you've got the what you got, the bar. Do you think you would have made preparations for a hotel? Maybe the same one that What do you call him,
Jackson
Stephen? Jackson
I
Stephen,
think
yeah.
I think I said that like as we were leaving Nairobi that the Evelyn was probably focusing on that stuff, the practical
Yeah.
stuff, rather than thinking about all the ramifications of what they'd just done.
Okay, right, no, cool. No, we've got that then.
But Kathy would be really interested in that bar, right?
She
Maybe-
looks at you and just scowls at you.
We're counting on you.
Go easy on her, August.
No.
We've all had a rough
No.
time.
We've had months of Kathy.
Oh, poor Kathy.
All right, so I say we go to the hotel that we look to see where Jackson stayed, and we just follow in his footsteps. Like that's kind of led us where we need to be.
That's the Jinjiang guest house. We'll say that you've already set up, arranged for rooms there, and that's where Cthulhu would expect to find you.
Let's do it. So we're gonna be looking for some bacon bits.
Bacon bits might be with him, you never know.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Yep.
So, do you have anything else you want to do before the ball?
Take a shower.
That would be a good idea. Maybe suggest that Kathy does so too. She very delicately gives you the middle finger.
Would go ahead. Finish yours off.
I might suggest that Kathy and I get ready, not together, but like in tandem, so that we can keep tabs on each other a little bit. Make sure we both go, and two, like Kathy can help me with the more glamorous stuff, and I can help Kathy with the whole actually getting out of her room stuff.
Sounds like a plan.
August, he's gonna. I don't know exactly what, as his character, all the information he has. I'm at a loss at my notes right now. But would he know? Is there anything that would have given him the idea of where that location might be? You know what I mean?
You mean where the thing in the map would be? You know,
Yeah.
it's near. The map wasn't terribly detailed. You know, it's near Shanghai. So that part of China. So when you were looking, when you were in Kenya, it wasn't exactly right next to Nairobi, but you knew where that was where you had to go. It was then a couple of days travel away from Nairobi. But on the map, you know, an undetailed map, it was very close.
And that location was like really hidden. It was tucked away. We had to go through. We had to be led there by a guide, and it was. I don't remember exactly. Like, did we get led?
You had to find. Well, you had to find out. You knew about the name of the mountain. You knew where the expedition went missing.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the place where. What was his name? The spiritual man. The one-
Bandari. Yeah,
Bandari.
he sought you out, or sorry, someone else sent you to him.
Sam pushed us on towards them via someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Johnston
and so-
Kenyatta.
because that is where
you.
the eye of light and darkness.
It was him that said that because I'd written that down even.
Well, yeah, but you had the Eye of Light and Darkness was broken, and you got it in Cairo. You were given it by someone who had the son of someone who had survived one of the summonings done by the Carlisle expedition.
Basart, right? Like, didn't he give us that?
Bizarre told you where it was. Told you about the person who had it, I think. Or did I make Bizarre give you? I might have cut some things together. I can't
It's okay.
remember.
I just remember him being involved with it because he told us the story, and then we got the seal from that.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. He put you on the right direction, I think, and then it was you were given it to look after because the woman who had it was wrecked. She'd saved him.
We didn't see her. We didn't see her.
No, it was her son you spoke to.
And then we took it and then we showed it to Bendare. Is that the name?
You didn't know. You didn't take it with you. You left it with Kafur because when you were talking with Kafur,
That's right.
you and him were researching it when you were attacked at the museum, but he couldn't. He'd found things pointing to the 7 cryptical books of San. And on his own, he discovered that it's something you need to infuse the magic in. If you're able to repair it, you would still need to infuse it with power. And for one person to do that, that would be quite dangerous. So you would need quite a few people. Otherwise, the person that did it would probably die doing so. But he still didn't know how to do it, and he was then looking into that as you left.
Okay.
And that's when you got the message when you were in Kenya that he had a lead in Shanghai, and meet him there if you can.
Yep, and that's why we're coming here now.
Exactly.
Okay. So I guess we just have to wait till we run into him. I'm not sure where we would locate him unless there's like a major library here that we could go check out.
There's the museum. There's a massive museum, which is a place you would go for research. So that's a good place to find him. He would probably also know where you're headed, because you'd were saying that Evelyn took care of all the kind of admin stuff. Well arranged for Henry to get picked up, taken back, maybe a message sent or left for Cthulhu somewhere, so he knows where to get you. So all these things have kind of been done in the background. But you don't, because you've been journeying, you don't know exactly, and there's no instant communication, so you weren't able to talk to him about it. Another thing we can say is that while you're on the ship, you learn a little bit about Shanghai, which I can then go with you, because I always forget to do these things when we get to the places. Give me a wee second, because it's just a lot and then I forget. So,
there's just so many notes. I mean, we've been playing this a year.
Yeah, I know, it's insane.
Yeah.
Right, so you're not going to get. I'm not going to be the full-on thing here, but you know that Shanghai has been about since for about 80 years or 70 years or so at this point. Was brought about by the Treaty of Nanking. And so when the British opened it up to occupy it, it was split into three what's called concessions. So the British and American concessions joined together and made the Shanghai International Settlement. And you've got the French concession, which was between the British concession and where the old Chinese walled city was. Later on, there became a Japanese concession. So all of these are now part of there. So from different wars where China lost out. So there's, that there's it's a fairly large city. It's got a population of over 1.6 million. There's not many foreigners there. So from the 1.6 million, there's probably about 20,000 non-Chinese people living there. Whereas when you were in Cairo, it had 850,000 population with about 85,000 foreigners.
Wow.
So it's a big, you're going into it's a big difference. That's why I thought it was better for you to learn some Chinese before you went. So this is unlike Hong Kong. It's not as so strongly towards Britain, because Britain has the governorship over Hong Kong till 97, I think. Shanghai is a little bit more loose. There's different governments within it. There's a lot of you find out the people you're talking to. There's a lot of organised crime. There's different police set up for different places that you'll be able to use dollars there, or British pounds, money wise. What else? You hear some things about the police and the fact that the police are almost all heavily infiltrated by gangs. Maybe Albert's very scoffs at it. So it's not like in Hong Kong, you can pay them a sum and they'll just leave you alone. Shanghai holds you to a different. Oh my God, I forget words. Hold you to a different.
Standard?
Yeah, please, thank you. A different standard, a lower standard, if you will. These thugs. So you'd probably know as well, actually, August, that during the Great War, loads of munitions and stuff were made there.
Okay.
So there was a lot of the manufacturing was turned over to making munition for the war, making guns and things like that. And sorry?
I said I didn't know that personally. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's loads of interesting stuff about it. I've tried to make notes about it, and then I write down not the things that I want, because like here I've got the fact that it's built on the Yangtze delta of the Yangtze River. There's lots of it's quite low, so it's got a lot of dikes and seawalls. It's below the sea level, below the table, is it? So there's a lot of problems with getting rid of the sewage and keeping things dry. You have lots of like bridges, lots of it's very high humidity, very can be very warm. So as you're coming in the tail end of summer, or summer is about 90 Fahrenheit, but lots and lots of rain.
So it's like Wisconsin right now.
I have no idea, probably. It's like England just now. Scotland, 32 degrees roughly. Yeah, quite a lot of rain at this time of year. There'll be up there a wide makeup of people. Yeah, you're told that people that are there, officially have kind of a higher status than the American, the British workers that are there and aren't actual citizens. You know as well that just about everywhere, slipping some money to someone will get you far.
That's where Kathy comes in.
Kathy doesn't actually have that high. She'll only get 50 for.
Wait,
and I think Bob's got higher.
She's been living large this whole time. I thought Kathy was our money bag.
I am a terrible keeper. I just let you away with everything. It's terrible.
But she has like a penthouse and remember?
Yeah, she did. That was from her ex-husband though.
What did we do with Lyra's money? Didn't Lyra give us all her money?
Oh, that's right. Lyra gave you all money as well. So Lyra left you
via Henry.
Via Henry. Lyra left you access to money. You also have access to Jackson Elias' money, which is why I actually made I got you to do a credit roll last time so you could be in first class, because I would have done different things if you'd been in second.
That brings up a weird question that I don't know the answer to. Where's Henry in all this? Is she just
Henry's been
we
sent
arranged
home.
for Henry to go home.
She will be making her way back. Someone would have been sent for her to accompany her if she was awake, something like that. If not, arrange for her to be taken back to New York.
What a horrible story for Henry.
Yeah.
She comes to Cairo.
Just one hell of a burn and gets to go home.
And then we put her in a crate and ship her home.
Yeah.
How are you healing, Bob? You okay?
Bob is actually doing well health-wise nowadays. He's at full hit points, fully healed, but very scarred and much more rugged. His beard only comes in a few spots here or there now, and
I think the attention that Bob gets will probably be different, but not less.
I think we said that your your charm went down, but your intimidation went up.
Yep, we changed my appearance. I think is what it's in this system. Yeah.
Appearance went, charm went down, intimidation up. I think persuasion might have went down as well, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, when I smile and only half the teeth show, from the cheek open up. Yeah.
I see Bob as like a giant Gollum character with his precious sword.
Yeah, exactly. My precious.
Oh.
So, you all get all this. This isn't all in one night. This you get over time. I mean, if I forget anything, I'll try and bring it back to you. We get to the night of the ball, so 2 days before you reach Shanghai. You'll arrive dressed so as nicely as you can. There's August. You're greeted by the group that you've been doing the skeet shooting with. The others. So from your table, there was who is it? There was the mother with the daughters. They're going to their father. Also in Hong Kong, not Shanghai. Maui Dong asks you to dance. Evelyn, you still don't see Millie. The night progresses, and at some point you notice that a lot of the officers are making their way. There's someone going officer to officer, and they seem to be leaving. With only a couple standing about, it seems kind of tense. The band playing away throughout all of this, the captain making his rounds, talking to everyone. And he's near you, Evelyn, when you hear someone at your shoulder. Give me a listen roll, please. See, we're all listening so quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell, 66 and you get a
That was-
59.
Yeah, that was not the best. I'm going to just go with that. I didn't hear it very well.
No, you didn't. You just
You could
muffled.
push it. Can you push it?
You can-
I could spend luck, but I'm not going to do it on this. Not the way this game's
no,
been
you
going.
can push it, saying that you move towards them, perhaps to try and listen.
Yeah, I might move a little bit closer.
They'll notice what you're doing. So you're dancing with Wei Dong at this point, and he's leading, but you kind of angle him towards the captain and this officer. Give me another roll, then, please.
Am I involved at all, or am I just sitting at a table hanging out?
Well, we'll come back to you, but this is just
That's a normal
because
success.
he's near.
51 under 66.
You hear them say something about the girl missing, and a name that you hadn't heard before. We'll say it's Bellington. The captain's face kind of drops. Excuse me, then heads off, smiles to you as he walks past, and he sees very strained.
I don't know if I should follow him or not, or just. Is it an appropriate place in the dance to stop, or would I just be like abandoning Maui Dong?
I would say it's an appropriate place. You're not too far away from August and Bob. Kathy is trying to throw herself at a couple of officers who are very politely trying to, show disinterest at the moment.
At least she's left off that bass player. Okay. Might nudge August on the way past and sort of indicate there's something happening along here.
All right.
And
I'll go with you.
so when we get out of the room, I'll explain more as a whisper, like, something's happening. They've mentioned this name. It feels important.
Well, I'm just gonna kind of be bold about it. Let's just go there and ask them.
Yeah, sure, if you want to. I mean, also, I've been meaning to talk to you for weeks about something, but we can get to that later.
Tell me everything while we're in the hallway going to this place.
No, that's a terrible
There's
idea.
something talking about. You could have talked about it before. And if you're talking about the knife, it wasn't weeks. It was like 2 or 3 days ago.
I was gonna say that knife's still lingering out there.
No,
But we can retcon that maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you can definitely retcon
right.
that. Don't worry.
no, there was the thing of like August just being generally suspicious after what happened at the
Oh yeah.
mountain.
I don't trust anybody. My character doesn't. So, especially you.
Do you say to Bob as well?
I might try and get his attention if he's paying attention, because I don't want to lose them, but I do want to try and gather.
Bob's just got eyes for a sword. He's not. Good.
Between me and the sword is telling me, look over there, look over there. We're very hyperactively looking at things. Eyes always going.
Yeah,
So.
Bob is on edge. His eyes are roaming everywhere.
Sword edge.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
What has happened to this group? We used to
Sanity.
be, like,
Insanity. Insanity has happened to this group.
And we had like an alcoholic in our group, and now they're no longer an alcoholic.
Just
know.
an info. Yeah.
That
One
vacation
addiction
in
to
Africa
another.
changed us.
Seeing an evil god will do that to you. So.
As the Bob comes out to get to the same place you see the captain now striding towards you very purposefully, and he makes the move. But if you would like to come into the ballroom again, we have an announcement to make.
You're gonna make an announcement?
Yes,
Like what is happening
please.
here?
You'll find out everything in a moment, please.
Who's missing?
All right.
Bob just says.
He looks at you, the kind of drawn daggers. Walks in, gets to where the where the kind of stage is, gets the musicians to quiet down. If we can have your attention, please. We have a situation on board. I don't want any of you to panic. We will be conducting searches of everyone's rooms. I'm sure no one has anything to fear here. If we'd like you to go to your room, go back to your rooms immediately. Someone will be around.
What is the meaning? Why are we doing this? I'm just gonna pull. August is gonna pull his best military voice from being in the military, kind of, just
give me
kind
a
of a
persuade roll. Or if your
search-
intimidation's better, you can give me intimidation, but one of the two.
just gonna kind of insert myself
Yeah.
a little bit. I'm not good at any of this stuff, so just gonna no one get their hopes up. Intimidate 15 or persuade. Oh, 37. We'll do
Yeah,
a
you can also
persuade.
take bonuses. We've got quite a few bonuses, I think.
We have
And
Also-
Bob stands behind him looking,
I still
like
got-
Bob does.
Pretty good intimidation as well. Could we make this like a group intimidation? Can we all
No,
just...
because
all
he
stand and
specifically
lean in
said,
on him, like-
they specifically said about using the what do you call it, the military part. No, so you can take 2 bonuses if you want, and that puts it up by 20%.
Because Evelyn is the intimidator. She's got the wicked tongue, right?
This is true.
I'm going to persuade.
Amongst
I'll
other
take off
things.
the dice, and I'll just add a bonus to it. I'll
Okay,
take
one bonus. Okay.
and 1. So is it just when you do the bonus die in alchemy, it's add bonus die plus 1? It's going to give you the 2, or
No,
is it
this is no. It's when you're using a bonus die from the audience, it's 10% to your target, so it makes it easier to pass.
okay? So persuade, and
So-
then just roll it.
So just roll your persuade, and we add 10% to the target. So if you get, right, so your target would be
47.
47. Yeah, you can push it if you want and be a little bit more forceful to him, but he might then single you out.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that because
I could give it a try if you want.
What would be your tactic here? How would you?
Let him finish speaking, guys, and maybe
Sorry.
he will tell us more. And then ask your questions as he leans over. Bob leans over behind the two of you.
We
Go ahead.
have a situation which we have under control. However, there has been a crime committed on the ship, and there is a missing person. We will be searching every room as we look for her, and also for any evidence. Well, not for any evidence, sorry.
Any sign?
For any sign of her. There's nothing to worry about. You are all completely safe. Please make your way back to your room in an orderly fashion.
Who is missing? Maybe we can assist you.
There is a little girl. She is the daughter of the owners of the ship.
Oh,
Her
we've
name
met
is
them.
Millie Bellington.
The little girl
Yes.
that we all saw.
the ones that
Wow.
came to the room to get me for the.
No. None of you
The
have
one that
seen
blew a
the-
raspberry at Bob.
Yeah, the little girl blew a raspberry, that's right. And who was avoiding Kathy like the plague.
But we did see her at least once, right?
Yes.
I have nothing to do with this, though, right? I just don't want them touching my stuff.
They will be coming to your room.
'Cause
They're
you
going
think
there.
about the artifacts that we have. You know?
Well, that's different than a child in your room. So
yeah, there's no child.
As Steve Bryan says, save everyone time. Go to the
But then I
bug
worry
guy that
about
tugs to his sword.
Kathy has no children in her room, right?
did you
Not
check
this
recently?
Not with what she's been doing in there.
Oh,
So
I'll stop with the obvious comment. So.
Why start? Why
trying to
stop?
set it up.
I would like you all to give me a luck roll, please.
Oh man. Where? My luck is bad. Oh, I did it. 2,500.
Nice. So you all pass your luck rolls.
Why is my luck the worst out of everybody after all the stuff that we just
I
went
don't know. I
through?
said you could put it back. I put it up to 50.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Sorry. It probably went under and all the things there. It's,
I was just like, everybody else is like massive luck. And I'm like, wait, everybody blew luck like 2 sessions ago. Like everybody was dropping luck like left and right.
no,
Yeah, we've been
exactly.
healing for 3 and a bit weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they put luck up last time because Evelyn's less than 50. I said you could put it at 50. So you can as well. That's more than you would get for a
Yeah.
luck regen. So you all head back. It's already quite late. As I said, there's about 60 first class passengers on here, so there's quite a few rooms to go through. And all of you seem to be more towards the tail end.
I just leave my door open.
As we're leaving, I'm going to try and talk to the other 2. Well, Kathy's probably not in a place to worry about just now.
No.
I'm going to try and chat to Bob and August for a second, quietly, somewhere where there's not any other people around.
You can definitely manage that.
Guys, you have to help me. I'm in big trouble right now.
Why? What
What did you do to her?
I didn't. Well, I don't think I did. I woke up having had a really bad dream. You know, we've all been having nightmares. None of it's having a good time. I had a bad dream about meeting a talking doll, and then the next morning there was a knife in my hand that had dried blood on it, and I've hidden it in my case. And I'm pretty sure that's probably going to turn out to be what murdered this little girl. I did not have any memory of murdering this little girl. I had nothing against that little girl. She was cheeky, but she was smart, and even Kathy said she liked her moxie.
Bob just puts his hand down and sighs heavily.
Can I use that whisk thing? Would I have that on me, or is that in my room to detect evil?
It would still be on you, but you could. I mean, it's more for doing a spot hidden or whatever, detecting evil. But if you want to do a psychology roll or whatever, detect evil, I would say you get the bonus from that too.
Oh, I love that. I would like to do that right now.
So as you're heading back, you stop at your room first, using it. So you can do psychology with a bonus die, so an actual bonus die, rolling with advantage.
He looks over at Evelyn and, did you at least wash it off?
It was just this morning. I haven't had a chance to wash it off.
Look at Bob trying to hide a murder. I succeeded
You
at
see-
my. Yeah.
Look, just to be very clear, I'm asking. I don't think there's been a murder, but it looks very much like there has been if someone was to search my room right now. So yes, I'm asking you to both help me hide the evidence of a possible murder.
You don't get any feeling of any evil coming from Evelyn at all. And with your past, you don't get the feeling that she's lying to you either.
Does the porthole in her room open?
No, it does not.
I think I didn't try that first.
Where is the knife?
It's in my case in amongst a bunch of clothes wrapped up in some cloth.
They're not searching your person at this point.
Not yet, but I'm wondering if I should like just hide it in my outfit somewhere, or if you've got better ideas, I'm listening.
Well, we can't leave our room now to dispose of it, can we?
Are we all in the same room? Or
No.
Well,
you're
I'm
in
assuming
rooms.
I'm assuming we're all in the same hallway, last few rooms next to each other
Yes.
or something.
Yeah, we booked all of our rooms at once, so they'd have all been.
Hopefully, relatively close to each other.
Yeah, we said they were adjoining.
So we can at least be standing in the hallway in our rooms, whispering to each other now. Or have ducked into Evelyn's room going, what the hell? All right, one of you are here. They probably won't search me as easy. Give me the knife.
Take it.
Oh, Bob.
I'll take it out and pass the knife on to Bob.
All part
Still
of
wrapped
the
up in its
plan,
cloth.
Bob. This is all
And
part
I-
of the whole plan, Bob. You're going to be a sucker.
I'm
Bob,
gonna tuck it behind my back and make sure that he has a jacket on.
your
for him.
sword screams in your mind when you try to take the knife.
I'm not gonna use it. You hear Bob say out loud.
Give me a sand roll, please.
You. Where is that score? There. Oh.
I
I'm
don't
not as
want
good
Bob
as I
spending-
used to be. Ooh. I succeeded. 25 over 41.
You feel it biting into your mind, but you don't. stop. It take you still. You feel it hissing at you, and you take it and you put it behind your back. You all head to your rooms. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna ask. In this time is, oh, she's got it hidden already, so I couldn't see it. If I couldn't do an inspect real fast on it.
No, you would need. Well, if you all go to her room, you see that they're searching rooms. But I did say because you passed the lock test, it's going to take a while to get there for them to come search you. If you're wanting to inspect it, you can.
Should I waste time inspecting it? Should I take a look at it just to see? Because we don't know anything about this. But if I'm standing there, I'm going to be standing there holding it when they walk in. That's what's going to happen.
Pass the parcel is what we're doing.
Just wait right now, August. Let's just get through them searching our rooms. You better go clean up what you have in your room.
Yeah, I got
you got weird stuff.
Like mask and a bloody tongue thing, and yeah, we got a lot of weird crates of junk, especially in my stuff.
We could also
my room and
we could also claim that dagger is something too. Well, later. Never mind. If it's dried.
You all head to your rooms. Maybe you fall asleep. It's taking a long time. August, you wake with a voice from Wera in your head, laughing.
You weren't laughing when we shot you. Sorry.
You have no idea the trouble you have found yourself in. Nyarlathotep would have been such a kind of master. Would you like to see the work that you have aligned yourself with?
Yeah. Show it to me.
Your door opens, just creaks.
All right.
The lights are dimmed outside and you walk. You walk towards where the captain's quarters are. You see, not far from that, there's a room with ornate doors. There's a guard sitting outside, but he's sleeping. You open the door quietly. You see Mwero sitting in the bed laughing. And the room is covered in blood. Roll Sam, please. Not because of the blood, because I know you're kind of inured to that.
Yeah. Oh.
Very good.
It's hard to read. I don't know about for you, but it's hard to read.
That's because I put the light map underneath it. I can change that to something else. The kind of laughter coming from Weru disappears. You're standing in this door. You can smell the iron of the blood, the slight snoring of the officer leaning against the wall. Give me a spot hidden, please.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to spend some luck on that? 69 over 66.
Yeah, three. That's 3 luck.
You don't know why, but it kind of sticks in your mind. There's blood just over just about everything. It's like sprayed up the walls. You can tell something's been done with something sharp here. It's not been a shot or anything. There is 2 puddles of blood over by the foot of the bed, which, let's say because of your thing, it looks like maybe someone slit their wrists or something, and there's 2 pools of blood at the side there, but otherwise the room has got it everywhere. But by the dresser, there's a chair, and in the chair there's a small doll wearing like a top hat and tails, very intricately sewn, and you could swear that it turned its head to look at you.
Oh, I don't know what to do at this moment because I feel like I'm hallucinating. And if I get trapped, this is the captain's office?
No, this is it's near the captain's. You presume it's the, did they say that it was the owners? The owner's daughters went missing? I did not say that. Yeah, you would presume it was the owners. So it's not just that the daughters went missing. It looks like something much worse happened here. But they didn't say anything, because I did say about a crime, but I didn't mean to. They didn't say anything about a crime. They've not said they're looking for a murderer or anything.
So there's two things of blood, and there's blood all over the room, and there's a doll, a creepy doll that just, I swear, it looked at me.
You think, I mean, you're not, you passed your sanity test, so you passed your reality check, you know that there was no murder there. Maybe it's something, maybe it was instinct or something that brought you here. Maybe it was the smell of the blood. You know, it's something, maybe it's your hyper awareness.
Would it be a bad call to get out of there?
Not at all.
Okay, I'm going to retreat, because there was a guard to the door, right?
He's sleeping, so now you hear him snoring gently.
I'm going to stealth out of there. I'm going to try to get out.
You close the door quietly.
And then...
you make your way back to your room. And just as you enter, you see them turning the corner. And they start banging on doors. Kathy lets them in with a giggle and a smile. You see them looking a little bit apprehensive. They go in, and you're in your room.
I mean, can I go back out there and try to, like, if that guard is still sleeping, and try to wake him?
You could try to wake him if you want to do that before you go back to your room. Yeah, or you could
I want the door shut and everything, and I want to wake the guard and just say, have they searched yet? Are they done searching?
But sorry, so I think you should still be in your room. And he looks at his watch.
Am I still supposed to be in the room? I didn't know if they were done.
Have they searched your room already?
I don't know. No one has come, so I left my room to see if it's done.
He looks at you and rubs his eye. Well, if you don't mind, sir, please head back to your room.
Is this your room?
No, sir. I'm on guard duty. This was the Bellington's room.
The Bellington's room. Oh, this is okay. And I'm just gonna head back to my room at that point.
You see, they look kind of relieved that you just went, and if you'd been caught sleeping, maybe in a little bit more trouble.
Yeah.
And that's when you see them. They come to Kathy's room. After Kathy's room, you get the bang on the door, Evelyn.
And I'll let them in.
Miss Caldwell, sorry about this.
I completely understand. What is there any more information about what happened?
Well, nothing at the moment. We are not at liberty to say. It's the captain is actually there.
Of course.
I
Whatever you
saw
need.
that you did speak with young Miss Millie, yes?
Oh, is it Millie?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, I did. We chatted when I was writing on the deck a few times. She was around.
Terrible, absolutely terrible. We need to find her.
Mm-hmm.
Give me... No.
Find her.
It's absolutely terrible business. You can see he looks really tired. It's kind of saying these uniforms a little bit more crumpled.
You must have had such a long evening as well after the celebrations. No one was expecting you to go back to work this late.
Yes, if we'd known beforehand, we might have cut this off. But the poor girl must be terrified. We have to find her as soon as possible.
Yes, of course.
He comes in, he's looking around, and he doesn't look around, as a couple of the officers do, and they look in the drawers under the bed, because, they try and keep the space, so they look in the drawers, because a child could fit in there. The cupboard, they ask if they can look into your luggage, because the luggage is big enough for a child to fit in as well, and you open it for them. There's nothing in there. Okay. If Millie does happen to come to you or speak to you again, please bring her to us right away.
Of course,
she should not go back to her parents' room.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Thank you, Miss Culber. Thank you.
Thank you.
On to Bob's room. You get the knock.
Bob opens his room, but while he was waiting, Bob has opened up all the drawers, laid all his stuff out on the bed, other than what he's tucked in. He's wearing his more dressier outfit with the longer coat and stuff, and he's stashed the knife in the back, lower, and he's kind of made sure it's secured there.
Give me another luck roll, please.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
because what you've done could either be seen as helpful or suspicious. It's one of the two.
I was gonna say,
I'm so sorry, Bob.
Why'd you change your clothes, Mr. Robinson?
There we go. Well, knock on the door.
Well, all his stuff, he just made it easy for him.
One of the guys that's searching is the guy you were doing the things with. What was it? Was it Roberts?
Sure.
It was one of them. I said I'd made some names. The captain stands, nods at you. He doesn't really speak to you as much more than the men. The guy
Steps back so his back is against the wall and lets him in.
Looks about. They ask you to open your luggage if it's one of the big ones that a child could fit in. The captain asks you if you've seen the little girl recently.
I saw her talking to Evelyn like yesterday or the day before, and that was the last time I
We've talked to Miss Caldwell already. If you do see the girl, it is best not to frighten her at all. Either ask her to come with you or let us know right away. She should not, under any circumstances, go to her parents' room.
Well, where are her parents then? Should we take? I would think we'd take them to her.
I'm not at liberty to say, sir. Now, if you want to convince here, you can try and convince.
You look inquisitive. Did something happen to her parents?
If you want to give me a persuade.
I'm trying to find my skill. That's why I'm scrolling to persuade. Oh, this is gonna go well.
There's still bonus dice, as far as I know.
He doesn't do a very good job. He's not that persuasive of a guy.
I'm not at liberty to say, sir. There's
Well, I hope they're all right and we find a little girl. Do you need assistance? I'm sure many people will be willing to help look for a little girl.
It may come to that. We may need to form search parties. I hope not. We still have another day and a half.
I'm hoping any suspicion that she might have fell overboard or something.
He looks at you and kind of, he said, it is a fear that we have. However, Millie has sailed this ship before. She knows not to go near the...
Okay, okay. That is good to know, at least. Well, hopefully she's just hiding somewhere and she's scared of something or nobody took her. But if you need our assistance, please just ask. I'm sure me and my companions will be more than willing to help.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson.
Well, you guys have yourself a good day, and I wish you luck. I hope you find her soon.
You head out. The next room, it's August.
Bob shuts the door and goes, oh, God. I hope Evelyn didn't do anything.
Before you tell me this girl's in my room, how long would I have to be in my room to go through my stuff?
Well, you would have had long enough. It takes them a good few minutes. So you saw them come in the corner and go into Kathy's room. It would take them, say, a total of 15 minutes or something to get to you.
Can I look through my room real quick?
You certainly can. You find nothing untoward. I don't know what sort of, if you've got the bigger luggage that a child could hide in, they would definitely want to look in that. Otherwise, it's just the general places they'd search. But you don't see anything untoward in your room.
I would not be concerned. I would just, I'm more worried about what I just saw in that room. But I wouldn't be. It probably would not cross my mind. I have no fear.
The knock on the door comes. Captain again orders the men about. Asks you if you've seen Millie, if you'd met the girl, if you knew her.
I don't think I've met the girl.
You saw her once when she blew things of raspberry, but you never spoke to her.
Okay.
You only knew she was called Millie from Evelyn.
Oh yeah, I don't really. I would just say I haven't seen. I think I've seen her once. The whole time I've been here.
We're very worried about her. Must be hiding. But hopefully, she's hiding somewhere on the ship and hasn't somehow fallen over.
So, okay.
Whatever you do, sir, either bring her to us or let us know where she is if you see her. Do not let her go to her parents' room.
Where are her parents?
Her father is the owner of the ship. Their quarters are off limits at the moment.
Oh, so she's been on this ship before.
Yes, Miss Millie
You're going to have a hell of a time finding her. She could be hidden anywhere. Little kids like that hide everywhere.
That is my hope, sir.
Okay.
But please, if you see her, if she comes into contact with you, bring it to us. It's imperative
Okay.
that she's kept safe.
We'll do that.
Thank you. And off he goes. The next day is taken with lots and lots of rumours going around. People thinking someone maybe murdered the girl or threw her overboard, or where are the parents, sort of things. The officers aren't talking about it.
And that room's still guarded?
That room is still guarded.
I will bring the knife to Evelyn and August to review, look over. I know there was some stuff. We were kind of rushed before. And try to get a more full story from Evelyn of what she dreamed and what she saw and what happened. And we have yet to hear about what August found in the room. So
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to relay the information of what I saw.
Please do. You don't need to
Wow.
relay it. Obviously, they've heard what you saw. I mean, what is it you want to talk about? This, if if you're going to have a look at the knife now,
Yep.
both Bob and August can roll Mythos.
I'm also going to hand it to Evelyn back. You can keep this now.
Thank you so much, Bob. I don't know what I've done. I just.
What did you want us to roll?
Mythos, please.
Not a cult? With
Um,
Mythos?
You can get a cult with Mythos would be okay as well.
Because I have Mythos 21, but a cult I have 67, so that would be 89. 88, excuse me.
Where the
Maths.
heck is Mythos under?
Maths. ChatGPT.
See,
will you tell me
That is
wasn't-
an extreme success.
It wasn't just me having trouble finding Mythos.
It's Cthulhu Mythos. It's just
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for Mythos, not
Yeah.
Cthulhu Mythos. Okay.
This
was my mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you should roll a cult with your Mythos added onto it. That was my fault. Because we
Oh.
said we were doing that rule. But it also means that something bad will probably happen if you pass. No, you didn't pass.
That's
However,
not Bob's forte.
August got the passing is not Bob's forte, no. You, August, you look at the knife. The blade is long, curved, and extremely sharp. You see under the blood, the dried blood that's on it, there's things etched onto it. You run your fingers down, and a name comes to your mind. Nodens.
Nodens.
You know him from a couple of places. There's Celtic mythology, you're pretty sure.
We've heard about them a couple times.
Yeah,
I think
you have.
already. Yeah. There's like Evelyn's vision, too, right?
Yes, indeed.
And Bob would want to know how Evelyn found this dagger.
Yeah. Where the
And-
hell did he get this?
Okay. I talked to Kathy about this. I wasn't. Bob, I honestly don't know how you're going to be with this. August, do you remember in the cave in the mountain? We all had a bit of a kind of a moment, a difficult moment, just before when we saw the bloody tongue thing and the sheer bulk of Hypatia Masters, and
Yes.
I honestly thought we were all going to die right there and then. And in that moment, I was made an offer,
Mm-hmm.
and
Bob.
Go on.
okay, it wasn't out of like greed or glory. I thought we were going to die, and I took the offer, and it worked. We're still alive, but the favor that they gave me is kind of lingering, a bit like the echo after a scream.
And what was the price you had to pay?
A favor to be paid back at some point in the future, and I don't know if I don't know if it's been paid now. It's been very much a stress point for me.
He did say to you that it wasn't to be paid, that it's not paid yet. It was information that he was giving you.
Oh, okay.
That still has not explained where the dagger came from.
Well, Millie turned up, and she's real. You were seeing her. Kathy was seeing her. August, I
Yeah.
think, even saw her.
Everybody's seeing her. They're looking for her.
I had no worries about
Nobody's
whether
seen
Millie
her,
was
that's
real
it.
or not. But the thing that I saw in like the vision that offered me a favor or information is the same thing that Millie then took me to a few nights ago. In the middle of the night, I saw Millie in the corridor, and she had me follow her like to the staff only section, somewhere near the engines. I don't know. I've not been back there before. And this little doll was there.
Doll.
Yeah, like a kind of top hat and tails kind of thing.
Are top hat and tails? Like the one that walks the deck? Like the guy who walks the deck?
No, I don't think so. Just like a little stylized doll.
No. Sorry, I'm just making a connection with the top hatted man that used to walk the deck, and tap his staff. I don't know.
Oh.
Everyone needs a hobby,
All
I
right.
guess.
Do you know how to get to this place where you saw this?
I just
this
saw
girl
it.
I have no
appear?
idea. Like, I didn't want to go. Millie was saying, "Oh, it's fine. I'll just say it. You're with me, and it'll be fine." I think if I tried to even step in there now, I'd probably just be kicked out by. Like, they're all super hot in security now.
So how did you get the dagger?
I have no memory of that. So met this
Were you-
puppet guy in this tiny little room, and then I woke up in my bed with the
With a
dagger.
dagger.
All right. Were you covered in blood or just the dagger? And it was dried or was it wet?
It was dried when I saw it, but I don't know. What do you think's happened? Because I'm worried I've killed Millie.
Why can't you just wake up with a random man like Kathy?
Or two?
That's another conversation for another time.
So you were the last to see Millie, possibly.
Maybe. I mean, maybe she's hiding somewhere. Maybe she's fine. Maybe.
Okay,
What
so
did you see?
I saw in the room.
Oh,
I
you went
was
into the room.
I went into the room. Someone led me to the room. And the guard was sleeping, and the door opened, and I went in, and there was blood on the floor, and blood all over the room, and there was a doll in the room. And I swear that doll moved.
Okay, well, in her parents' room.
Yes.
Oh, God, maybe I've killed her parents.
Well,
Maybe
that
you killed her
seems.
parents?
I don't know.
Well, they've told us not
Don't
to
say those
take
things
her
out
to his
loud.
parents.
Wait. Is there something? Is there a skill? So we did the spot hidden, August. Is there a skill? So for like analyzing what you saw. So like
Idea check, intelligence.
yeah, give me an idea. Give me an idea check in intelligence. Because I gave you a clue there. That's why they're not.
I saw two things of blood. I can't remember.
You can spend the 5 luck. It'll be fine. Or you
I
can
haven't
push it if
I
you
haven't
want.
rolled yet. I see an intelligence check, but I didn't click intelligence. Who's that?
It doesn't. No, that's Bob. Bob did it. Bob.
Bob has 90 intelligence.
I know, it's insane, isn't it?
Bob is not dumb. Bob just doesn't have a lot of academic skills to go with his intelligence.
So the way that you saw the blood, August, with those 2 pools of blood there, you've seen a lot of blood. You said you didn't see much action, but you saw enough. That looks like someone at the end of the bed there, the way the 2 pools of blood were, maybe someone had cut their wrists. The rest of the blood seemed to have been, like from wild slashes or something.
I didn't want. But you did mention that it looked like someone had committed suicide.
Yeah.
I'll tell them that it looks like somebody committed suicide.
So that might explain why they're not looking for a murderer.
There's no bodies and there's no weapons or anything in the room. Just the doll and the blood.
So how did I end up with a bloody knife?
Well, it was dried blood to start with. So keep that in mind. It would, if it had just happened, it would have been fresh blood.
Now, I'm just gonna say, where the hell do you get a bloody knife in your hand?
I don't.
Like if I was to say,
I mean, this coming from the prolific book eater.
yeah, I ate a book. What do you? Food for thought.
I think we've all had some unique experiences, but did you leave the room? Do you remember a
I don't
dream
remember
or
leaving the room.
walking?
Like the doll thing had said something like, "We can all be friends." Like Millie didn't realize that I'd already met the doll, who I'm guessing is Nyarlathotep, but that doesn't make sense to me because they gave me the power to stop. Well, they gave me the information to stop the rebirth from happening. Why is Nyarlathotep trying to stop their own?
You can give me an idea roll if you want as well, or I mean, all of you give me an
Maybe
idea roll if
maybe
August
there's
told
more
you about the
than
knife.
maybe there's more than one Nyarlathotep, and
But
they're
why
all
are they working
competing.
against themselves?
One, so they gain control, and they're
37
the
under
winners.
75.
So, I mean, you've all. August, did you tell them about what you got from the knife? Sorry, mate, you're muted.
No, I didn't. Not at this moment. But I can
Okay.
say that I can tell them that it's the Nodens. I get a feeling that this blade has something to do with Nodens, and they're a group that. Correct me if I'm
Not a
wrong.
group. Nodens is a god.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just say group because I'm trying to be human. But I was just saying like a group that is working against Nyarlathotep. I might be wrong about that, so you can correct me. But I can't remember. I remember they're like the good guys, right? Am I wrong?
I mean, your knowledge of Nodens, I can't remember. I think you got an extreme success, didn't you? You would know. Okay, so
Yeah.
Nodens is an elder god.
But we also got it from. Gosh, I just can't keep these names straight.
I know, but the elder gods, by the way, are different from the great old ones.
Yeah.
The elder gods are in opposition to them. The great old ones are chaos.
Okay.
The elder gods are against that. They are not servants of Azathoth.
Yes.
And you know that Nodens is known to be in opposition to Nyarlathotep.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I meant by like good
Yeah.
guy. Because we've had an encounter. We got told about them. What's his name? Starts with a B again. Barum. Yeah, the old gent with the room with all the outer god constellations.
The guy in Cairo.
Yes.
I've forgotten.
Okay, never mind.
I didn't know because I wasn't there.
I'm trying to remember.
You were there. Everybody was there.
Well, I was looking at the other stuff in the museum whilst you were researching.
And then you had your vision of them. And you told us about that. But yes, this dagger has to do with them. So maybe it's maybe I'm jumping to conclusions like maybe it's a tool to use. But I'm not sure how you would get it.
You've passed your idea roll. Well, you got it after speaking with Mr. Tiddles. Maybe Mr. Tiddles has something to do with Nodens.
I think I should quite like to talk to Mr. Tiddles again.
I'm confused.
The doll is Mr. Tiddles. That's how he introduced himself.
I know that. I meant more like I'm just confused by the whole situation. So,
The simple situation right now is we have a little girl to find.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who I know.
Now we have to figure out if it was Evelyn, the little girl, or somebody else that murdered her parents. Or did the parents kill
suicide.
themselves?
Or suicide, because that's what it looks like.
So murder-suicide.
Well, however it may be, our first goal would try to locate the girl. That's
The doll is in that room.
that doll?
The doll knows.
The doll knows. Listen to ourselves.
I'm more curious if we can get back to the area you said you saw that Millie led you to.
It was round the back in the staff area near the engines. I don't remember more than that, and I don't think I could get back there again because I was freaking out as we got there. It's tiny, it's enclosed, it's no.
Why don't we go there now? Show us the way.
And she just was creeping out on it, but
I mean, I think Millie
Evelyn
dragged
knows-
me the last part.
Yeah, Evelyn suffers from claustrophobia now.
so being even in the ship is probably giving her some issues.
I mean, I'm lucky that the cabin isn't tiny, but it's also not huge. But the corridors are too much.
Well,
Would we like to go see
Can
that
you-
doll?
could you draw me a map of how to get to this location then, or approximate?
I'll do my
don't-
best if you want.
Please do. And yes, we should try to get that doll if you think it's August that it's
It's in the
key
room.
here.
It was
Talking
guarded-
dolls, the only way I've seen that is through ventriloquism, so I'm really. But in the things we've seen, I would not be surprised.
It's a guarded
I think
room
at
with
this
the dolls
point,
in it. I
My
swear.
my main advice to everyone is that if there's any voice in your head of any sort that isn't yours, it's probably a threat. You getting that, Bob?
Yep, I just had a bunch of people walk in the door, so distracted.
It's Millie.
Do not bring real people into this.
I won't. Except Banana Boom Boom, if he comes in.
All right. I say we go down and see that room.
Yep, see if we can get the captain to get us there, or at least get in there with a distraction. Normally we could have Kathy distract, but I think she's having her own issues right now.
I think we should just have Kathy watch the guard for the parents' room, so that we know that if it's still guarded and if it opens up or if anybody goes in there, because if it if the doll gets removed or anything comes in and out of that room, we probably would want to know. So why don't we put Kathy near the bedroom and then we go down to wherever room that Evelyn went to. And if Evelyn doesn't want to come with because claustrophobic, if you're feeling a little cramped, I'm sure Bob and I can do it.
Exactly.
And I grab my new shotguns and say, let's go.
I mean, take the dagger if you want, if it helps.
I'm not touching that dagger. Not after I inspect it. I mean, so it's basically linked to the Nodens. So this thing has to do with the Nodens. All the Noden stuff's coming back to you, Evelyn. I've noticed a little bit because you had your vision and now you have a dagger in your hand. I'm not sure how this all works together. But maybe the Nodens are the people you made a deal with. I have no clue. That's not who talked to me, I don't think. I'm not sure who talked to me. But I said no.
Well, you have my sword.
And my map.
I don't even know how to make a joke out of this because I have a gun. So
So, do we want to leave it there and continue next time? Because I'm not sure if Tim has to head.
yes.
Yep, because I feel we're going to have some interesting stuff happen here, reveal, and I would hope Kathy would be around to take her part also. Hoping she feels better.
Yeah, I hope so too. Then I think that's where we'll leave it. You've all got another day and a half left on the ship. A missing girl, a couple of dead people. You don't know where the bodies are. A doll that's been talking. A knife that is mystical and somehow. Yeah, good place to leave it. So, thank you very much. We've been playing Nyarlathotep. We're meant to arrive in Shanghai, but these people are slow as fuck, so they're still on the ship. We'll do a quick round, see how the night was, how they were playing, and then we will probably raid someone, depending. So, Ian, how was your night, mate? Who were you playing?
Wait, what? You asked me who am I playing?
Who were you playing? How was your night? Both things. You don't
My
need to
night
say.
was-
You can just say how your night was. I don't care.
No, I didn't know because I was like, because I
Put
heard
the
that
credits
last
at the
question,
end.
and I was like, oh, August Fulner.
Yeah,
I was playing August Fulner, and my night was fine. It was good.
it was
I am-
fine. It was alright.
Well,
Could
it's
have
good.
could have washed my hair,
You always
but
take it personal. Like, I'm
joking.
like,
I'm only joking.
oh my god, it was
Mind blowing.
but, yeah. But there's interesting stuff going on here, right? Like I don't know how everybody changed within the last session.
Well, it's the last time you came across a god again, and you had to do big fucking.
Mm-hmm.
You made what would you call it? Giant strides in your quest. So
Yeah. No, it's all good. I'm
So-
excited to get to Shanghai.
Did you figure out your phobia, August?
oh, he's not got a phobia. He's got something different.
Oh,
I have a talking voice in my head.
Yeah.
well, welcome to the club.
Yeah. I noticed that everybody has a nice voice in their head. I might have an evil priestess following me around. I might be compromised. I was thinking about that.
She might be stuck there. Yeah. Tim, how about you? How was your night, mate?
I had an enjoyable time as always. Looking forward to actually getting to the more heart of the matter and get into things, but the details are what are needed. Now we got a couple goals on ship: find a little girl and to find out what this crazy stuff we saw in the lower stuff is. And now I got a granddaughter in the house too, making all sorts of fun in the background.
And last, but of course not least, Lavaita.
Oh, that was fun. I'm Lavaita. I was playing Evelyn Caldwell. And
How
gosh,
was it?
I was not ready for the stuff you were throwing at us there. I thought I was ready for some of it, but I was not ready for some of that other stuff.
I kept you on your toes.
Mhm.
So we're going to raid someone, or are we just going to fuck off?
I have a raid ready if you want to come for a
Yes,
raid. They're
please.
playing Eat the Reich, which we've played
Oh,
on this
excellent.
channel.
So if you're with us, then kick about for we're raiding Scream Time Productions. Say hello at least, and we will.
Lollygaggers today?
No, the Lollygaggers are off tonight. Stephen is not feeling well, so
I didn't
hopefully he'll be better next time. Next week.
Whenever you're ready, everyone.
On we go. Don't make me
Bye.
wait. Bye.
Bye.